Oh, hi. So this uh, video is on meditation, and the picture's a bit grainy. I can see that, but um, it's really the content we're focusing on. This is another video in my series on transcendent reality or transcendence, and transcendence is experiencing the you beyond yourself, if you like, or beyond the machinations of your small self, if you like. Today, we're going to be looking at a teaching from Vedanta. Vedanta is one of the six main schools um, of, uh, of Indian thought in many ways. There are some aspects of it, such as Advaita Vedanta, which we're going to be talking about, which are similar in some senses to Buddhist teaching. Some people say this isn't the case, but many say experientially it is the case. We're talking about the unconditioned. Um, we're talking about, there is a bit of a leap there, but we're talking about Atma in Vedanta. And today we're talking about a meditation called Soham. And meditation is life changing. And Buddhist meditation has profound, life changing, unbelievable, very powerful techniques, and so does Vedanta. I think that both will lead you to real self knowledge. And this meditation, Soham, is kind of akin to repeating the mantra I am. And I am is very important because beyond all of your identifications, beyond what you might think you are in certain relationship to um, where you had your upbringing or where you work or certain people or relationships or places, beyond any of those things, you are beyond that. And the more you get to know that you beyond that, that you are beyond that, the more joy you're likely to have in your life. And there is the transcendental, and really this wider you, this you are, this I is, this isness, this you are being, this I am is, we could humbly say, that transcendental. It's beyond the false self, it's beyond the constructs of whatever imaginings or whatever imagined, whatever associations we have anywhere which don't define us. They're not the real us. And as we grow beyond ego, we can identify ever more, hopefully, with this universal self. And the joy in the universal self, we can humbly say, has the qualities of the transcendent, um, eternal, unbounded joy, bliss, equanimity, active peace, love on a cosmic level. And I am has its echoings in various spiritual traditions. But this Soham technique is really just a matter of saying to yourself, you combine it with your breath, and as the meditation works with your breath. So as you breathe in, you say so. As you breathe out, you say ham. Now, what happens here is quite magical. What we do all day long is we identify with things. So we identify with this, we identify with that, but ultimately our R-ness, our being, cannot ever be touched by anything. It is immune to anything. It is our real state, and that's where we want to get to experientially more and more humbly. So what we find, this is the same with, let's say, Zen Buddhist meditation, if we look at the wall staring with a point on the wall, as that becomes our focus, we see the mind starts to lose its identification with other things that were identified with. And this can go deep into the unconscious mind and resolve traumas. It's healing. And the Soham meditation, just on the in, so ham. And so you're aware of your breath. In fact, the so and the ham become your breath. They become one. So on the in breath, ham on the out. He is what it translates to. It's very much like I am. So even the content of it is transcendental in nature, because that ultimately is your being. Before birth, during, after, the amount of different things that happen, the constant is your being. And you can contact it through that such a means. So as you just gently allow the breath to come in with so, and you go out with ham, what you'll start to see is that whatever's been going on for you over recent time, maybe over the last couple of weeks, last few days, anything, whatever it is, the content doesn't matter, will start gently to untangle itself. And you'll stop identifying with it. And what you'll find, the magic, is that once it's no longer identified with in conscious or unconscious mind, you're freed of it. For all intents and purposes, it isn't there anymore. What keeps these things alive is involvement on a subtle level, unconsciously or consciously. So get to know your being through this. So, hum. So, hum. So, hum. And just say it silently to yourself. And it's amazing. Because let's say you've got some negative habits, like you're drinking or something like that, some addictive behaviors. Really, insight into those is, in many ways, the mind just doing nothing, and one being stopping oneself from just being in the present moment and realizing the condition of just being shows you the unbelievable joy of that being. We don't need anything to be in life. All these things that come and go, more wealth, less wealth, these people, those people, this, that, even every single application of that. The act of kind of involving overly with it is lost just by doing that natural, very simple activity. So, and even you can just maybe do it for 15 minutes every morning, 15 minutes, same time. You could do it twice a day if you really want to. Be also amazing. But it shows you that what you're identifying with isn't there. Not really. It's just the mechanics of your own being. It's thought, feeling. But to transcend them, that's the most simple way of transcending them. And you go beyond and you see that your real being is free, boundless. And whatever, if there's any hassles or concerns, just do that. You just experience bliss of being. You can do it anywhere. So I'd really recommend reading anything about Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, or Buddhism, of course. Advaita Vedanta is Advaita, Vedanta, and it means non-dual Vedanta. And Vedanta means the part which comes at the end of the Vedas, which basically means truth. So it's the non-dual part which comes at the end of truth, if you like. It's the part of the Vedas which is really profoundly transformative. So that is transformation. You'll start to just see how all those identifications, which is what we're doing, is what our small self does, the egoic machinations, they do that naturally. You don't have to fight them, but a vehicle or a way of transcending it is life-changing. And that is one such technique. So I really recommend that. So, namaste.